I am super excited for this trade. I'm gonna let y'all come in before I talk too much. I'm gonna also send this out on Telegram. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I'll take a picture right here. There we go. Let the Telegram know we're live. Cool. Okay. Cool. Okay, we're live. We're good. Yo, what's up? How are you doing? How y'all doing? How is y'all week going so far? Today is Wednesday, right? I think today's Wednesday. It's like middle of the week. How are y'all feeling about this week so far? I feel like it's been kind of slow. Like last week's been kind of slow for me. At least waiting on this trade, like let me close this out. Or just mute it. Yeah, like I been waiting on this trade for like 2 weeks. No joke, guys. Like, cause let me see. Hide my drawings for a second. Good, how are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. I really am. I've just been trying to patiently wait for this trade, honestly. I've been waiting on this trade for like 2 weeks because I saw the initial push, like I saw the initial break. And then this whole week was like retracement. So that was 1 week was just retracing. And I think another week was just like this. Just kind of sitting on this level, just waiting for it to gather itself, right? And we're finally getting that push up. So yeah, I've been waiting on this trade for a long time. What's good? What's good, Scorpio? GJ been on my list for a minute. Yeah, I don't know why it's been taking 40 days and 40 nights to set up, but we're finally getting that pullback. So I'm not complaining now. Like we got the pullback. I'm cool. Been real slow. My psychology been messed up. Really? Why is your psychology messed up? Because like the market's been slow? I can understand that. If that's the case. You're waiting. Oh, you're in AU sales waiting on GJ. I haven't looked at AU in a minute. I've been trying to keep my watch list pretty like condensed. Like as far as my watch list, this is what I have on right now for my watch list. Like I have GJ, I have UJ right now. UJ's actually setting up for something quite nice for like a potential position trade that I'm about to set up for. I need to actually add my. I should have did that way earlier before I started. I meant to put like a position fib on here for my position trading account. I probably still have time to do that pretty soon. Nas, you know, I'm also position trading this too. This should be down here. Yeah, I haven't really been looking at anything like too crazy. I actually closed this out when it broke structure right here, so I'm not in this position anymore, so I can delete this. But yeah, GJ has been like my main like thing I'm focusing on because I know like this move is gonna go like, you know, like this is gonna be a pretty good move. So I've been waiting on it, been trying to be patient on it, but you know, I got in GJ yesterday, got taken out, got back in this morning. You got in GJ yesterday? Ooh. You got it for buys yesterday? I didn't really see an entry signal yesterday to get in for GJ. Everything has kind of been like just making lower lows, lower highs. Like this was my first break of structure. Actually, in fact, if I'm being honest, guys, I wasn't actually even watching GJ today or yesterday. Like I've just been like completely living my life. Because the new like lower high was actually right here. My alert was still up here. So I didn't get alerted until GJ came all the way up here. I was like, oh shoot, like we been broke structure, right? So, but structure, the last lower high was actually here. So I'm actually looking to see price. As you can see, I'm waiting for price to kind of come back, give me that potential higher low, and then look to push up. Is what I'm kind of waiting for. But yeah, I wasn't even like these past couple days. I wasn't even watching GJ. I kind of just like just been doing my own thing, like living my life until my alert went off. I was like, oh, I forgot about GJ. Yeah, this was the first break of structure I've seen on GJ. So y'all know how I trade. Like I can kind of go over it real quick, but I kind of look for like high time frame, you know, break, correction. Let's say like structures like somewhere like down here or something. And y'all know I like to kind of zoom in. So if I was to like zoom in, like where's my drawing tools? If I was to like zoom in like on this piece of price action, right? So let's just like copy this over. I think I can just like do that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if I was to just like zoom in like right here, we know that this would look a little different. It would be kind of like you know, the push up and then the structure. So I kind of just wait for like on the lower time frame. I kind of just watch like market structure. So I'm kind of watching like these levels. So this would have been the last like, you know, oopsie. This would have been the last lower high. Where is it? And I think like this move right here, I'm gonna show y'all. But like I wait for that first like break above like structure on the lower time frame. So for me, I'm watching the 1 hour. We got that first break above. Right. So this is where we are right now. Right now we're at this point. We're scaling in the lower time frame. So this is the high time frame. This is our low time frame. So this is our daily. And then this is our one. You could say like 4 hour, 1 hour, whatever you kind of want to watch. Really 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. Just a lower time frame, right? The 1 hour time frame was a little noisy. It looked a little clearer on the 2 for me. I can show y'all real quick. But essentially we're here. Like we're waiting. We're right here. We're waiting for this to come down so we can catch that big move up, right? Like we're waiting for that. And right now that is where we're at. So if you look, you watch the 4 hour structure. This is actually all internal, but still it's important to kind of watch the internal structure. Because you can see before we were kind of just making like lower lows, right? Getting lower and lower highs. 4 hour kind of did break above. I guess right here, this could have faked you out right here. Yeah, I think it faked me out at one point too. But no, this is a, hold on, lower low, lower high. This is the low. I'm sorry, this is the low. Yeah, so actually it never broke on the 4 hour. This is the 4 hour. It just kind of wicked. It never broke above on the 4 hour. So it actually kept respecting structure, right? This is still structure being respected because this was the last swing high. And this was the last swing low. Right? So we were all just kind of consolidating. We never really got that strong like break above. And then that pullback, right? So there's no entry here yet. Until price actually, there's a gnat in here. Oh my God, it's annoying. Until price actually like, you know, made this low, made a new lower high, and then made a new low, and made this new structure until we broke that. That was my first like, okay, it's time to get in, or it's time to get ready to get in, right? So that's why I'm looking at it now. 2 hours a lot cleaner. You can kind of see the pullback happening a little better. You can even watch on the 1 hour if you want to. Let me catch up on the chat. Sorry. Let me scroll back up. I know, right? I was starting to think it was gonna sell off. I was thinking that too. I'm not gonna lie. I actually closed out my position trades because I thought it was gonna pull back on the weekly, and it didn't. I'm a little hurt that I did that, but it's okay because we're gonna catch a swing trade, so it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I thought it was gonna sell off too. I'm not gonna lie. Usually when like it's gonna sell off, you would see something more like this. Like when you know a reversal is gonna happen, let me hide this. Or I could really just delete it. When you know a reversal is gonna happen, usually what will happen is usually not gonna be like it just kind of coming through. Usually, like, price is still gonna push up because the banks are greedy. The banks want to grab like this liquidity first. Like, usually the banks try to fake people out with this move, and usually you're gonna see price fail to make a new high first and then come and break. That's usually what you're gonna happen. But I didn't really see that yet. All I saw was just the pullback. So I was like, I know we're gonna get some kind of push, even if it doesn't break, like, you know, liquidity, like take out liquidity. I know, like, the banks, there's no way the banks are not gonna try to, you know, grab that liquidity first. They always do that. The banks are very greedy, very, very, very greedy. So now if we see like price push up and if it fails to like break this high and it kind of starts to, yeah, I'm about to get out of that. I talked about that in another video. But right now we're being optimistic. We're just trying to take out these highs. Do you only buy when it's in an uptrend, or do you look for stock opportunities as well? So, great question. Because I'm a swing trader, right? I trade on the higher time frames. GJ or yen pairs in general, they are naturally bullish, right? Yen pairs are naturally bullish. So the higher time frame, 9 times out of 10 is gonna be a uptrend. 9 times out of 10. All right. If you look at GJ, if you look at UJ, long-term uptrend. If you go look at AJ, you know, AJ is a little choppy, but for the long part, usually is a uptrend, right? Like, yen pairs tend to trend up usually. So because I trade the higher time frames, that's why I'm usually always taking buy positions, because I'm always, you know, trading with the higher time frames is saying. So, and there's a reason for that. If you understand the yen naturally has well, not naturally, but the yen tends to have like lower interest rates compared to all of the other currencies. They're known for being the safe haven currency, right? Like, a lot of investors tend to you know, like, exchange in the yen because they get better like interest rates. So when the yen like ever like decides to like increase interest rates, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal to investors. So because of that big difference of like the yen naturally just being like a, you know, having a lower interest rate, you're gonna see, compared to all the other currencies, right? If you compare it to like the US dollar or like any other currency, it's always gonna trend up because the yen is always, you know, on that lower side. So that's really why I'm always buying yen pairs, because they always naturally go up on the long term, and I trade the long term. So if that makes sense. Facts, just set alerts, wait for the 4 hour to match your daily. That's all you do. Just wait on that 4 hour to match, and then scale on the 1 hour for your entry, you're good. What's the alert you got on gold? I don't know. I forgot. I think I marked up gold like last week. I don't know what this alert is. I think this is just coming back about this level. I think because I saw price what was it? I think it was the daily. Gold kind of been I don't know. I haven't been liking gold lately. I think gold is gonna push up next month. I'll explain why I think that. But on the daily, I saw like we broke this was daily resistance at one point. So at one point this was daily. Where is it? Not support. Daily resistance. At one point this was daily resistance, and we broke above, and we pulled back. And I think I was just waiting for price to break back above this level. Was this alert? I think that's what it was. So, but gold is kind of like in this consolidation period, which is not bad. I just think it needs more time to gather itself on gold. I really think this month needs to finish off first, and the push is gonna happen next month. Because if you jump to the not the weekly, but like the monthly, it looks like we're kind of making like a pin bar doji on the monthly, right? So usually like when you have like a pullback, you don't want to enter on the big, like, you know, bearish engulfing candle. You want to wait for some kind of like indecision candle. I think this month is just our indecision candle, right? Like July is just the indecision month. And I think once we get into August, we're probably going to see more of like a push up, you know, more of a retracement. So I'm just being patient on gold, kind of waiting for this month to finish. And then once next month finish, I think we're going to see more of that push up that we're looking for. So I'm not really paying too much attention to this noise right now. this is all consolidation to me right now, honestly. So let me go back to GJ because we're focusing on GJ today. And let's look at the rest of these comments. I gotta catch back up. Y'all commenting a lot today. I for sure got faked out on the consolidation. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, you have to really understand market structure. If you watch my market structure video, it can help you not get faked out for things like that. Because a lot of people, I think what a lot of people thought, and this is easy to kind of confuse this, right? So if you look at structure on GJ, you see that we were making, and look at this, by the way, this is all internal, but still, you know, we were making, you know, internal, lower low, lower high, right? Making structure, right? It's closed below, okay, right? So notice how like price is like closing below these lows right here, right? So that's how I can claim this to be my new, you know, swing low. Let's change the color. And I can claim this to be my new, you know, swing high, right? If you pay attention, you have to really pay attention to the candle bodies, right? We already established it's a new swing high, it's a new swing low in the 4 hour, at least internally, like internal structure wise. Notice how like this never closed below. I think what a lot of people did, they tried to call this a lower high. Remember, y'all, I said you cannot have a lower high without a what? Let's do it this color. You can't have a lower high without a lower low. This never closed below this low, right? Like, if you look at the candle, if you look at the line chart, it never closed below. So I think a lot of people kind of took this as like a, you know, a lower high, and they saw price breaking above this level. Like, okay, cool. We broke above. We're coming back. We're pushing up. But this is all just internal structure, right? This is all range. This is all price just ranging, right? Until price was to break above this level, which I think I've mentioned in one of my videos. Until price broke above this level, like close below, like candle body close below, where you can see like the line chart above this, right? Until that would have happened, and then the pushback, right? That would have been like a valid entry, but that never happened. So you want to be careful and make sure you're really understanding like where your swing high and your swing low is, because if you don't, it's very easy to get faked out, especially by GJ. GJ is so tricky sometimes when it comes to like this kind of structure. If you want something less tricky, go trade UJ. Like, just being honest, UJ is a lot cleaner than GJ when it comes to that. Yo, pretty lady, good to see you back at it. Hey, thank you, I appreciate that. Only lost 1% though. That's good. That you're using good risk management. That is really, really good. Daily would have had to make some type of sell structure first. Yeah, the daily didn't really give any like indication to sell. Like, because if you look on the daily time frame, like this is our swing low. This is our swing high, right? It's just a natural pullback. Like nothing really is giving sell. Like the structure is still bullish. We still had this strong bullish push to the upside. This structure is very corrective. Like this is a good pullback. This is a good structure for a pullback. So nothing about it gave like it's time to sell. Like everything's still giving bullish on the higher time frame. So I wasn't looking to sell at all. Unless price would have like broke this swing low. Like price would have came in like closed like down here. Okay, now we can look to sell, right? But it didn't do that. We're still like bouncing off of these fib levels, right? Like we're just rejecting, you know, what is it? I think we were rejecting like the 78 and the 61. So please don't get me started on UJ. I wanted to sell it so bad. Do not get locked into about this, y'all. Trade what the chart showed you. You want to sell UJ? What? Why? I was actually looking at UJ buys at one point. Where was it? I can't remember. I think it was like I missed it a while ago. I think it was like this pullback or somewhere here. I was looking for buys on UJ. I think it was this, like this pullback. I was trying to look for a buy and I missed it. And I'm kind of waiting to see what it does in the daily, because I think we're having a daily pullback right now. So UJ, where's my swing low at? Here we broke. Get back. Close. Okay. Yeah, I think UJ is having like a daily pullback right now. Something like that. What's interesting is like, I don't know. I don't know if I should count this pin bar doji or not, because it's such a small candle. But I don't know. We'll see what UJ does. I'm kind of just letting UJ do his thing right now. If anything, looking to do some kind of position trade on it soon. Some kind of setup for that. But yeah, I'm definitely bullish on UJ. Like long time. I'm bullish on all the yen pairs, if I'm being honest. I'm not bearish on any yen pair right now. Could we set a buy order above this? You know, it's crazy. You're like one step ahead of me. I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, y'all, like, I'm so glad you brought it up. So, okay. You asked, could we set a buy order above this 1 hour structure that's pulling back? Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. So if you do not want to stay up during London session, like if you just don't want to stay up, which I do not blame you. Who wants to stay up during London session? Which you can do, right? Check this out. If you see that we have structure, right? And I talked about this before in my pending order video. If you haven't watched my pending order video, in fact, actually, let me do a self-plug real quick. Hold on. Shameless self-plug. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. I'm just gonna look myself up. It's so weird looking myself up, I'm not gonna lie. Do y'all ever look yourselves up like on Google or something? I do that like all the time. Self-plug, shameless self-plug. This video right here. Watch this video, y'all. Just watch it. Just watch it. It's such a good video. Like, if you want to learn how to just place pending orders like in a strategic way, that still follows the entry model, I would definitely follow this model for sure. Definitely. But yeah, essentially, if you pay attention to structure, we know at one point we were making, you know, lower lows, lower highs, right? Lower lows. What did price do? We end up breaking this swing high. Okay, that's step one. We're currently getting the pullback. If price doesn't break below, right? Let's say we're waiting for this pullback and we just place like a limit order, like just like at this high, right? And then I don't know, wherever you anticipate your stop loss to be is fine. But let's say you just want to just get in, right? So think about it. If this is a liquidity sweep and price decides to keep going down, you're never gonna get triggered in the trade because your pending order, your buy stop order is way up here. Like if price just decides to just keep making new lows, it's fine. You were never triggered in, right? But if price decides to kind of follow this reversal pattern, so we decide to, you know, actually do, you know, make a potential higher low and then break above, and now you're in the uptrend, you're in the trade, right? And your stop loss is down here. So you know, like y'all see what I'm saying. You definitely can do that. Like if you don't want to wait for the pullback, you could just set a limit order. If you want to scale in like on a lower time frame, let's say you want to watch the 15-minute, right? Let's say the 15-minute right now is making lower lows, lower highs, which we are currently. We just broke 15-minute structure, right? 15-minute structure. We were making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Ooh, price broke structure. Okay. Right. So now we're waiting for price to do what? Right now, price is starting to make lower lows, lower highs, right? If you wanna just watch 15-minute structure and like, you know, do the same thing here, wait for the 15-minute to break above, come down, break back up. You can put your entry on that 15-minute structure. If you want like a more sniper entry than the 1 hour, you could do that. Same exact model, just a different time frame. That gives you an even better restore ratio, right? Because we're targeting these daily highs up here, right? Probably am gonna watch the 15 personally. and look for that. But however you want to do it, it's up to y'all. Y'all can do it. Just put on the 1 hour or watch the 15. It's up to y'all. Let's see. Reading these comments. Off the weekly high. What's off the weekly high? My bad. I'm confused. I wanted to grab daily liquidity and push up. Ooh, okay. I see what you're saying. You were trying to sell that move. I got you. Yeah, price started squeezing real tight. I got you. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just gotta let it do what it does. It's best to just trade the higher time frame if you just want to avoid that. That's what I tend to do. Just trade the higher time frame. Sometimes it's cool to trade the pullback. If I only trade pullbacks if like the risk to reward ratio is worth it. Like if the risk to reward ratio gives me like a good like 1 to 3, 1 to 4, okay, I'll trade the pullback. But if it doesn't, nah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we're looking at right now. Just kind of waiting to see what price wants to do here. I don't think this move is going to happen until London session, if I'm being honest. I'm really paying attention to 15-minute structure right now. Because again, we're just kind of scaling in each time, right? So we already got the break on the 4 hour and 1 hour, right? If you really want to watch structure to see when it's time, just watch the 15 and just watch for them lower lows, lower highs to shift. Because at some point, like, this is going to stop. Like, at some point, it's not going to do this forever, right? At some point, the 15-minute is going to start breaking up. And that's how you're going to know it's time to get in. I think that's going to happen around London session. So I might stay up a little bit tonight just to kind of see what it does. If I get too tired, I'm just going to set a pending order and just call it a night, really. And what's cool about the pending order is, you know, the pending order is going to be valid because, think about this. Wherever price, like, decides to stop at, I don't know. Let's say you're just aiming at, like, this retest area, like, price coming to retest this level, whatever. Cool. Whatever price decides to stop at, if you just place a pending order, when price breaks back above this level, if you place your stop loss like under here, like this is a valid, it's gonna be a valid area because price broke above, because we made a new higher high, this would be an official, you know, higher low. Remember, I said that you cannot have a higher low without that higher high. So once price does break above and close above, this is a established, you know, higher low. This is a very safe place to put your stop loss. So we're just anticipating that, hey, price is going to break above and close. When it does, this is, you know, solid, right? So yeah, I highly recommend y'all check out my my market structure video, because I really explain that concept there. It helps you so much with just not getting faked out. Bank of England monetary policy report tomorrow morning. Honestly, that makes sense because we are expecting a big move in like London session, and like usually the fundamentals is kind of like a catalyst for that technical move. So that makes sense to me that that's happening. What usually happens during that report, I don't know. Yeah, I don't pay attention to news either, because honestly, like when you're swing trading, those news reports, like usually those news reports is just like it's just retesting like a high time frame resistance level or support level, right? I rarely look at it. The only thing I look at is like CPI. That's the only thing I really look for, because CPI, that's like you're changing interest rates. That will actually change the direction of your trade, because these currency pairs are heavily influenced on interest rates. So if interest rates change dramatically, that can reverse the trade 100%. It can. So CPI is really the only thing I really pay attention to when it comes to swing trading. But besides that, not really. Like I don't really pay attention. If I'm being honest, I love trading during the news because the news usually, like if my technicals are in line, the news is usually just like a catalyst and it gives me a bigger push and it gets to my TP faster. So a lot of times like price gets there faster than I anticipated because of the news. So I actually like the news because it pushes my trade to get there faster. And I'm in the trade a lot less longer, right? So, but yeah, we're just waiting on this pullback to kind of finish. And I think it's gonna happen during London because London session is the session for GJ to have its push. A lot of times what I see when I'm trading GJ or like EJ, usually the Asian session tends to be that pullback 9 times out of 10. Like if you're entering a trade during Asian session, you're kind of entering a little early because usually Asian session is that manipulation, and then London sessions when they're actually like taking out those traders they got in too early and they're going to the other side. So if you're trading like lower time frame and you're looking at Asian, like just be careful when that next session opens, because I used to get cooked when I was day trading. Trading Asian and then London would open and it would just like wipe me out. I used to get cooked so bad. But yeah, I think right now we're just having our pullback and then London's gonna take it off. So I'm probably gonna set a pending order just in case I fall asleep and I miss it. Just in case. All right. But I do still want to wait for this, the 15 minutes to do its thing. So we'll see what happens. I don't really have much for you guys. This is a very simple strategy. Like super simple. I don't have that much to. It's pretty much just there, CPI matters. Yep, it does. It does. Do y'all have any questions for me? Because again, like I'm just kind of here just to answer questions or just go whatever y'all want me to go over. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be just GJ. It could be anything else. I'm just kind of focused on GJ right now, but y'all can ask me whatever, and that's cool as well. I have not checked my phone in a while. Oh my gosh. My friends are funny. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting on GJ to do his thing. What y'all been doing lately? I've been getting into everything, not gonna lie. Do you ever get tempted to intraday trade? The only time I've been tempted to intraday trade has been like on like SPX or NAS, because sometimes they have the best setups. Like I haven't looked at NAS in a minute. Let me clear this off. So like let's say I see like a move like this, right? Let me hide this so I don't have too much on my chart. Let's say like I'm on the higher time frame, like the daily, and I know that the daily needs a pullback, like the daily needs to come back, right? Sometimes like the risk reward ratio is like decent enough, I will trade that pullback before it's getting ready to like drop below. I just have to be careful. So like sometimes I'll like look to see like that shift of structure. This isn't a good example though. I like the 4 hour 15 a little better. I don't know. You can use the daily or you can use like the 4 hour 15. But sometimes like I will intraday trade like the indice. I don't like how this structure has been lately on the 4 hour. So I haven't really looked to do it. But like something like right here, Like y'all see how like right here we had this drop to the downside, like we had this that break of structure, and then we came back to retest the structure. So the structure was here. This break and retest play right here. Y'all see that? Break, retest, sell, right? Sometimes I will look at like the 4-hour structure. So I'll just kind of like break out this range. Like, okay, here's my range, right? And I'm just gonna show my targets. Like this is a range right here. Swing high, swing low. And sometimes I will scale in like on a lower time frame, like a 1 hour or 15. Let me bar replay this real quick. Like sometimes I will like look for some kind of like play back to like my retest area. Like I know sellers are sitting here, so I'm not holding any past that. So sometimes I will intraday trade, but you have to understand where the sellers are at. If you understand like the 4 hour is bearish and there are sellers sitting right here, if you're gonna like intraday and trade the pullback, that's cool. You can do that. Just keep in mind that the pullback might be a little choppy. So the structure on the 15 may not be as respected, right? Maybe the 1 hour might be a little better, but just keep in mind that the structure may not be as, solid. And then keep in mind, like when price gets here, like you don't know where sellers are, it's gonna take you out like real fast. Because I think once price got here, let me jump back to reality. Once price tapped this area, y'all, like look how much it like reacted, right? Like sellers really kicked in strong right here. So like you want to be careful if you are gonna intraday trade, because you want to know where the higher time frame levels are. Nothing's wrong with intraday trading. You just want to make sure you know where your zones are at. Basically, I do it all the time. I just know where structure is. You have to be very mindful of that, because you don't want to be one of the people that's like, oh, we're in the uptrend, we're buying like on a 15-minute, right? Like 15-minute time frame or even an hour probably look super bullish at one point, but people were unaware of like, hey, there's sellers right here, right? So you just gotta be mindful of that. But yeah, I do sometimes. Usually I just wait for the pullback though, because I don't like staring at my charts all day. I just want to get the bigger move and just be okay with that. Let me go back to GJ. 15 minutes. Cool. Yeah, I meant day trade, not intraday trade. You know what I mean. Where are you from? Y'all can't tell from my accent where I'm from. Y'all can't tell. Take a guess. Like, just guess. I'm just curious if y'all can guess where I'm from, because I feel like my accent usually gives it away. But y'all let me know where y'all think I'm from. Definitely live in the South. Definitely in the South, if you can tell. Definitely in the South. Wait. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm waiting for. Like I said, I've been very like passive with my trading, with the position trading and the swing trading. I've just been getting into everything. Like I've just been getting into Alabama. I actually was born in Alabama. I don't live in Alabama right now, but that's where I was born. But yeah, you're very right. No, I live in the boots. That's where I live. I live in the boots. The islands. Oh. The islands, no. Texas. Y'all are like in the ballpark. Like y'all are in the ballpark, I swear. Y'all are in the ballpark. I just came back from Texas. I live right next to Texas. I just came back from Dallas like last week. Wait, was that last week? When was that? I'm losing track of my weeks, y'all. Was that 2 weeks ago? My bad. That was yeah, I came back last week, because I came back on Monday. Yeah, I came back from Dallas last week for my birthday trip. That was such a fun time. I had a fun time in Dallas. No, I'm from Louisiana, if you can't tell. If you can't tell. Well, I live there. I basically grew up out here. Ready to leave, I'm not gonna lie. What was I saying? Let me just talk to y'all real quick. Hey guys. But yeah, I just been kind of chilling and letting the trading just be passive. I've been getting into like other things, like I think sometime this weekend I'm getting into tennis. Like I'm getting into tennis, getting a new racket. I got back into kickboxing like this week. I used to kickbox like crazy a few years ago, and I was getting back into it. I'm just getting back into things I used to do that I don't do anymore because I have so much more free time now with the swing trading, position trading, which I think that's how life is supposed to be. Like you're supposed to have your freedom back. Like the whole point is to win your freedom back. So I just been enjoying life, guys. I can't complain right now. Like I've been enjoying life. I just joined. What have you gone over so far? Ooh, pretty much everything. I can go over it real quick, but essentially we're looking at GJ. We've been waiting for GJ for like 40 days and 40 nights. I'm not gonna lie. So GJ on the daily, we're basically bullish on the higher time frame. Like if you look, we've been making higher highs, higher lows on the daily, right? And we're on this retracement, right? And we see that, you know, we're above our area of interest. So if I bring it back, where is it? Is it here? Yeah. This should say daily, not 4 hour. Daily area interest. Yeah. So if you look, we are above our, there's so many drawings in the way. Hide that. We are above our daily area interest. So that's a valid thing. We also have a very strong push to the upside. So we're getting ready for this continuation on the daily, right? We're looking to take out daily liquidity. We're looking to get to potentially the psychological level, 220, and then we have the 27, which that's going to be the longest I hold my trade, at least for a swing trade, right? As you can see, the daily time frame, we're kind of grabbing liquidity. Like right now, usually during agent session, that's when we have our liquidity grab. So as you can see, we're grabbing liquidity, and in London, I do expect price to kind of start to head back up. So I was kind of showing my entry model. If you jump back down to the lower time frame, I can hide this again. Lower time frame, we see that prices, you know, we were making lower lows, lower highs, but we know it's temporary because it's, you know, daily is bullish. So right here, we see that price finally broke structure. We're just waiting for price to show us that it doesn't want to go any lower than this low. So we're waiting for this retest. And once price comes down here and we start to push back up, then we can, you know, look for an entry and then target these highs. So TP1, TP2, TP3. That's all we're waiting on. So you could really scale in on the lower time frame you want to. Like you look at like the 30-minute, 15. Like right now, you see that the 15-minute is kind of like making bearish structure right now because we have this, you know, we have this pullback on the higher time frame, right? So we're waiting on this move. So you can really scale in to get like a better idea of like when it's time to get in. So you can kind of go on the 15 or the 30. Same thing, right? Temporary lower lows, lower highs are being made right now. And we're just waiting on price to shift back up. Entry, right? Same thing, guys. Same targets. Nothing's changing, right? Nothing's changing. Waiting on buys. Yep, we're waiting on buys as well. When doing your 4-hour 15 combo, do you set your zone only on the 4-hour time frame? My zone. I'm not sure what you mean by my zone. When you say like a pullback, so like right here. So I guess this will be a 4-hour 15-minute example right here, right? So I love how this is closing. This 4-hour candle, by the way. This is really good. So you're saying, do I like wait? Do I put my alert like on this level? Right now, I do have an alert here. I actually have an alert on this 38. fib level. That's where my alert is. It's right above my area interest. So I kind of want to be alerted right before we tap the area interest. So kind of like right here. And the 38 just lined up really nicely right above that zone. So, but usually I'll have alerts all up on here. Like I'll have alerts on the 38. I'll have alerts on the area interest. I'll have alerts on the 50, the 61. Like I'll have alerts everywhere. Just kind of waiting to see what price is doing. Once price starts to tap these alerts, then that's when I actually kind of look at that's how I know it's time to scale in on the 15 or the 30 and look for that entry, right? Because we're at where buyers are sitting. Like buyers are sitting here. The buyers are here. They're waiting down here. So that's when I want to scale in on the 15. Because once price gets down here, I expect a strong reaction. Like when price gets here, like I expect price to kind of have a big shift to the upside around this point. And that's where I'm gonna actually look to set alerts on like lower time frame structure. So once price taps here, I end up deleting these alerts and I just start watching 15-minute structure. So I'll watch like these levels, right? And I'll set alerts on these resistance levels. And once I see price break that's how I know, okay, it's about that time, right? It's about time to find an entry. So, but yeah, y'all, that's all I do. I just watch structure. That's it. I just watch structure. Support and resistance. Yeah. So did that kind of explain it a little bit or no? Do you use an auto fib? I think I have a problem trying Fibonacci properly. No, I don't use an auto fib. I just mark my swing high and swing low points. I have a video on Fibonacci. I need to make a update video, which I am. I'm currently building a course. I know it's super like just bear with me, guys. I'm starting very beginner level, very low level for people who are like completely new, because I want my course to be like for anybody. Like anybody can like just watch it and just start trading. I don't want to start too high level to where people are still confused on like, what is this? Like, what's a lot size? What, you know? So I know it's very low level right now. Just bear with me for a little bit. For these next couple weeks, just bear with me. We're gonna get into some more advanced stuff pretty soon. I just need to knock out the beginner stuff first. But when I add on to my course, I'm gonna add an updated video on Fibonacci. But I already have a video on Fibonacci. If you wanna watch the old one, I'll do another, shameless plug. All right. I'll do another one. I don't care. Fibonacci. This one right here. I would highly recommend you check this video out. I break it down pretty decently, I think. But there is going to be an updated video coming within the next couple weeks too. So just keep an eye on that. But that might help you with drawing your swing high and swing low. Really want to pivot from day trading. I don't blame you. Day trading is tiring to me. Like I don't like feeling overwhelmed by a million setups. I just want my one good setup for the week and I'm done. Like that's all I want. I don't want to trade all week. I don't like doing that. I don't like overexposing my account. I like to protect my capital as much as possible. That's just me. I just want to stay in the game for a long time. So that's why I choose that route. If you get it, you get it. If you get it, you get it. I think it's very possible to do that as a day trader though, as well. Like I think as a day trader, you can also just take 1 to 2 trades a week and be done. I think the problem with day trading is people are tempted to trade every single day. I don't know if it's because of the name day trading or what, but they're very tempted to trade like multiple times a week. I feel like you can take 1 to 2 good day trades and be done. Even for scalpers, well, actually, I know risk to reward ratio is a little different for scalpers, but I don't know. I feel like if you're disciplined enough, whatever style you take, you could take just 1 to 2 trades a week and be done. I think the problem is day traders are just tempted to trade every single day, and they end up, putting themselves in bad positions sometimes. Swing trading, you kind of just zoom out and you can just see the bigger picture. It's harder for me to get faked out because I see the bigger picture, So I don't blame you for wanting to switch over, honestly. But either way, I feel like you can, just have some discipline about how much you're trading. Just don't overtrade, y'all. Just don't overtrade. I think I pretty much beat the bush on this position, y'all, on what I'm looking for. Do y'all have like, any other questions about this setup? I think it's pretty straightforward and, you know, kind of self-explanatory. Like, we're just waiting for a pullback and a push-up. That's it. If there is not a setup, I will not trade. That's a good mindset to have because you don't want to force a trade. You never want to force a trade, ever. It's the worst thing you could do. Honestly, like, the way I look at it is, like, not trading is, like, good discipline because your main objective should be to not lose money. Like, you want to protect your capital. That's your main objective. So, if you didn't lose money today, that's a win in my book. That's a win. But I do what you do as well. I will take an option that expires a week or two. Oh, you trade options. Okay. I tried getting into options like last year, or was that 2 years ago? That was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was looking into options. Options is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I like the stock market charts. I do. They're very clean charts. Super clean. Oh, you mean a 2-week contract? Oh, you do futures. Okay. I never looked into futures before. I only looked into options. I'm very curious about futures though, y'all. Like, I'm very curious. My only thing with futures, and I don't know if they have something like this, but my thing with futures, I love trading yen pairs. Like, I'm really, really good at the yen pair currency. So switching over to like some of those future instruments, I don't know how well I would do. I mean, I know it's the same thing, but I'm just so comfortable with the yen pairs, and I've just been trading for so long. I have a hard time like pulling myself away from that. That might be the only reason I don't trade futures is because I don't know. It's something about that currency pair, like UJ and GJ. I don't know. I just can't leave it alone. I just can't. I don't know. If there was like a futures version of like the yen pairs, I would trade it. But you know, if I'm in profit, I may close. I hold. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Oh, okay. You started with UJ and then you moved to options. UJ is a great way to start. You can have a 2-week contract with options. You can have a really long contract with options. I've seen them. You have crazy long contracts. What's your thoughts? Wait, what's your average hold time? I thought position trading. So we're looking at a swing trade right now. This is a swing trade position. Position trading for me can be like a couple weeks to a few months. Position trading, like if you're trading like the weekly time frame, weekly, daily. If you're trading like the daily, you could look at like maybe a couple weeks. If you're trading the weekly, then it's more like a couple weeks to a month, a couple months. But this is a swing trade, so this trade shouldn't last longer than a few days, if I'm being real. Especially with yen pairs. Yen pairs, the reason I love trading yen pairs, they're so volatile. Like, usually my max holding time is like maybe 3 days, 3 to 4 days. Nothing stupid crazy. It's not like I'm holding for multiple weeks, which I love, right? I like SPY. Yeah, I like SPY options as well. 3-day expiration, in the money, keep it simple, but want to have more flexibility. Yeah, trust me, I've dibbled and dabbled in options. Trust me, like I've messed around with it. Like, there's its plus and minuses for sure. Like I definitely get it. I get the hype. Stick to what you know. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Can you slightly go over psych levels? I definitely can. Let me read the rest of these comments and then I'm gonna go over psych levels. For GJ, yeah, I can do that. There's Japanese yen futures. What? Why nobody tell me that? Hold on, I gotta do some research real quick. 1 second. Why y'all just not telling me this? Oh my gosh. Japanese yen futures. Let me find out. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm learning something new right now. What is this? Page not found. Okay. Why are you there then? I don't want to look at the brokers. Oh, you know what? I knew that. I've definitely seen this before. It just never clicked to me that it was an actual future. I think the yen is like, yen futures are like backwards though. Like I think like you know how UJ is like bullish right now? I think like the yen is like the exact opposite. Wait, is it just like the yen itself, or is it like currency pairs? Like is there like a currency pair version for futures? That's what I want to trade. Like I get that there's like the actual yen, but like I'm talking about like the pair. Like I want to see like a currency pair. Is that like a thing? Okay, real quick. Sorry, y'all. I gotta explore this. Hold on, let me read these comments. You're married to the yen. I am. Sorry, like I'm just so faithful to the yen. Like that's my partner. I can't cheat on my partner. I have to be very loyal and faithful. I'm not gonna lie. When the yen was acting crazy, I was jumping around different pairs, and I learned my lesson because I hated those pairs so much. They were terrible. Like I was missing the yen so bad, y'all. Like I know where home is. I'm just playing. Nah. Let's see. Euro, GBP, NTD, Top Step has a okay. It's 6J. Okay, so it's just like hold on. 6J. Okay, yeah, I seen this before. But it's just the currency itself, right? Like it's not like a currency pair. Like it's not there's no future that's like tied to like UJ, right? Like it's not like that. It's just the currency, which is cool. That's cool too. It's just something about like the currency pair is a little different to me. I don't know. It's a little different. This low-key looks like UJ but upside down. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Because UJ, what is the daily? This looks like UJ upside down. No joke. This is UJ upside down. This is the same move, guys. Just upside down. This is low-key UJ, actually. Look. It's the same move. I just flipped. Y'all just taught me something for real. That's kind of cool. It's the currency itself. Okay. That's cool. I can explore that. I definitely can. I appreciate y'all for showing me that. This is really UJ upside down. Like, look at it. Like, this is the future, and then this is UJ. It's like just a mirror of itself. I think there's a way you can like flip the chart on TradingView. I forgot how to do that. I forgot how to do that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna try to do that right now. But okay. Heard that. I will keep this in the back of my mind. I appreciate that for y'all showing me that. I think UJ about to pump up too soon, which is pretty cool. Okay. Let me show y'all the psychological levels, and then I'm gonna get off because somebody wants to see psychological levels. So I'm just gonna hide these for a second, and then I'm gonna hop off. Just kind of clear this out for a second. Hide this. Hide this. Let's just show the psych levels. Okay, let's go over psych levels real quick. So psychological levels, we have 3 different types. I usually just use 2 types. You have your major, you have your mid-major, and you have your minor psych levels, right? So I always mark out my major psych levels in blue. So this is a major psych level, right? This is a major psych level. This is my mid-major, right? So your major psych levels they're just gonna be like your whole numbers that are centered around like 0 and 5, right? So let's say 0 and 5. Oh, that's ugly. Whatever. So like right here, we see that this 220 cycle level, right? You're gonna have like, it's gonna be like a flat level. So anything behind the decimal should all be flat, right? And then the number in front is gonna be like either a 0 or a 5. So that kind of checks off right here. If you can see the last 3 numbers, they're all 0 flat. And then the first number behind the decimal is a 0. If you look at this major cycle level, right? 2115, same thing, right? Every number behind the decimal place is 0 flat, so all zeros, and then the first number in front of that decimal place is a 5. So that checks out. So that's why these are major cycle levels. Mid-major is going to be slightly different. Mid-major psych levels. I always mark these in orange or yellow, however you see it. So again, these are gonna be like, you're still gonna have like that flat, like the 0 flat. So 0 behind, let's do like this, zeros behind the decimal, which is the same thing for major as well. So I can bring this over. Oops, can I do that? Sorry, guys. Yeah, same thing. And then the only difference with mid-major, you're gonna have some kind of variation of 25 and 75, right? So so your whole number is gonna be either like a 7 or a 2 or a 7, right? And then so what kind of happens here, my bad, this is not right. It's not all zeros. It's gonna be a 5. How can I word this? 5 and zeros. Let's say that. So like right here, you're gonna have some kind of variation of like 25 and 75. So think quarter level. Like, so your mid-major levels are quarter levels. Think quarters. So you know how quarters, you have like 25 cents, 75 cents, like right there. Like think like 25, 75. Like quarter levels. So right here, this mid-major level, we see that right here we do have the 5 and then the zeros behind, and then it leads with a 7. So that 7.5, that's like your 75, that's like your quarter. If you look down here, this is like your 25, right? So we start off with 5. We have the zeros behind it, right behind the decimal, and then you have your 2 leading. So yeah, so with mid-major levels, it's gonna lead with either a 2 or a 7, and you're gonna have that 5 leading the zeros behind it. And you know, you just kind of imagine, like, if you can see like that 75 right there, like 7.5, 2.5, that's how you know that's your mid-major or your quarter level. So you can really call your mid-major levels quarter levels. It's like another name for it, quarter levels. If you ever look up the quarter level theory, you can learn more about that. But essentially, with these psychological levels, these are just places where like investors and traders, they tend to use whole numbers to discuss price. So it's easier to say that, hey, I think price is going to get to 220, instead of saying, oh, I think price is going to get to 219.5. Like, you know, it's easy to just say 220. So a lot of times people set that as their take profit is 220. So you'll see a lot of people take profit at this level because we're all saying the same thing. It's like a psychological thing. That's what they call psychological levels. Does that make sense? Yeah, no problem. And if you want a better example, I have a video on psych levels. This is my last self-plug, and I'm getting off. My last self-plug. Hold on. One more self-plug, guys, and I'm done. I promise. But this is a good reference. I'm gonna actually drop some of the these resources in the Discord so y'all can just look at it, because these are like frequently watched videos that people watch. Let's see, okay, psych levels. Let's see if we can find that. There you go. I don't want to play the video though. I just want to show y'all what it looks like. Yeah, right here, y'all. So this video right here. Why am I making that face? That's crazy. Anyways, it's called How I Use Psychological Levels to Hold Trades Longer. So check this video out. I can probably just grab a thumbnail. Is it a popular video? I don't even know if it is or not. Somewhere in here. I'm trying to show y'all the thumbnail so you can know where to go. This one right here. This one in the middle. Yeah, that will, I'll break it down really clearly there for you. So definitely check that out. I'm gonna drop these in the, oh, we're about to push up soon. Love that for me. Let me throw my drawings back on real quick and delete all this stuff. Throw everything back on. Cool. What was I saying? What lot size are you typically using? Okay, so the lot size depends on how much I'm risking, right? So your lot size should never ever be the same. Your lot size should always fluctuate depending on how big your stop loss is and like how much you're willing to risk. So whatever amount I'm looking to risk, let's say I want to risk like $200 on this trade, right? If I want to risk $200 on this trade, if my stop loss is like, I don't know, let's say my stop loss is like 65 pips or whatever. I'm not saying this is my stop loss, by the way. I'm just saying, let's say it is 65 pips, right? And I'm targeting, you know, whatever. Cool. So if I want to calculate my lot size, I basically I use like whatever trading platform I'm using, and I will just set my stop loss. So whatever size my stop loss is, it will kind of show me like a dollar amount, and I just kind of increase the lot size until it says 200, because I know I want to risk no more than $200 in this trade. So whatever lot size gets me to 200, depending on whatever my stop loss size is, that's the lot size I use. And depending on like if I'm doing a swing trade or a position trade or more of just like a day trade, it's gonna vary because my stop loss size is gonna vary on the type of trades I take, right? Sometimes my stop loss can be just 50 pips. Sometimes my stop loss can be like over 100 pips, and that's gonna vary, you know, the size I take. It also varies on like what you're trading as well, the instrument you're trading. So I would just say focus on not the lot size, but focus on like the dollar amount you're risking, and whatever correlates, like whatever lot size correlates that dollar amount when you set up that trade, that's what you should use. Don't get fixated on one lot size. Like you shouldn't, you know, get stuck on that. Have you looked up FTMO yet? I have not, because I'm already in the prop firm, so I've just been kind of coasting. But, you know, at some point I will look into FTMO. I know I heard great things, but I just started this prop firm, so I'm not really trying to look to, you know, switch anytime soon. But I will look into it. I promise I will at some point. Okay. It's been about an hour. Kind of ready to check out. That's why futures is easier, I think. Why is futures easier? Because of the position sizing, like the contracts and stuff. I don't know anything about that. I'm not gonna lie. People do say they think futures is easier. I just never explored it, but I'm open to explore. I'm open to explore everything. I'm very open-minded. I just want to stick to like my instruments. Like I don't want to change up my instruments, but like the actual like market, like okay, you know, open to change that. What prop firm are you using? I am using Aqua Funded for my prop firm. I kind of wish I went with a different prop firm. Nothing's wrong with Aqua Funded. The only thing with a lot of these prop firms, they have like these consistency rules, and as a swing trader / position trader, like we want to hold our moves like for a long time. Like we want to fully take advantage of that trend, but we kind of get capped at like a ceiling. Like we can't really hold as much, you know. Unless you're consistently catching like really big risk reward ratios, you know. It's just I don't know. I don't like consistency rules. That's the one thing I cannot stand about prop firms. Like everything else, all other rules, they're fine. But those consistency rules, y'all, I cannot stand a consistency rule. I know maybe just one prop firm that doesn't have consistency rules, but it's a pretty expensive prop firm. I wasn't trying to drop $1,500 on a account on a challenge because the account size I wanted, I would have had to drop like $1,500 to get an account size. I was not dropping $1,500 on no prop firm, like no. But there's no consistency rules, right? Like it's more expensive. Like you get, you know, you get what you pay for. Maybe the next go around, I'll look for another prop firm that doesn't have consistency rules. But I just ain't going to drop like $1,000+ on no challenge. Like I just didn't want to do that. Let's see. STMO, they have a swing account. You can hold as long as you want. Okay. I'm currently using Lucid. It's pretty good to me. It's my first prop, so I can't really compare. I think I've heard of Lucid. I don't know too much about them though. But do you what? Oh, they do have consistency rules. That's the thing. It's like all these prop firms, they have consistency rules. I only know one prop firm that doesn't have it, and it's super expensive. Like like, oh my gosh, that prop firm is expensive. Like, but you get what you pay for though. Like you get what you pay for. So it's like, are you willing to pay more for no consistency rules? I mean, I don't know, it's kind of worth it. Like if you're position trading, it's kind of worth it. I'm not gonna lie. You could really hold it forever. You could pass it in one trade. That's worth it to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to look into that next time. Once I finish this one, I'm gonna look into the other one. Because but you use fibers, but the swap fees add up the longer the trade is held, especially if the market is moving slow. Yeah, the swap fees are annoying. But I feel like if your risk reward ratio is like decent enough, like it should cover a majority of the swap fees. I don't know the swap fees for fibers. I know some prop firms, they're really bad. Like I think it was one I was in. It was like I think on Wednesdays they like doubled the swap fee just because, and it would take like half your profits. It was crazy. You gotta watch out for things like that. Y'all gotta read like the fine lines because some things they don't tell you. They just do like some crazy things too, like for real. But yeah, I'm getting kind of tired. I kind of want to go eat a little bit, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up around here. If y'all don't have any more questions, I think we're pretty straightforward on the plan. I'm probably just gonna end up setting a what's the 15-minute doing right now? Structure. Curious to see what price does here on this time frame. I might just watch a 30-minute. I think this 30 minutes is gonna keep dropping. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for London session. Once London session kicks in, I think it's gonna be go time. I don't want to get in too early, so I'm just gonna wait till London session. Wait till like about like 12 to like 1, and I think that's when the move is gonna happen. Usually, it's when it happens. So it's gonna chill, let the price do its thing. I might see like an alert like up here to let me know, hey, like we're breaking above. Higher. Just to let me know what's going on in case we do push up. But I'm gonna leave it here, guys. I don't really have anything else for you guys. Thank you, of course, no problem. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Y'all can if y'all have questions, just DM me on Instagram or just message the Discord. That's what it's for. It's for y'all to just communicate and just ask questions. If I get in the trade, I'm gonna just send the update that hey, I'm in, you know, either on Telegram or on Discord. So just let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all night. Hope y'all week is going well. Hope y'all are just doing well in general. I appreciate y'all for supporting me as always. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. Until next time, guys. Bye.